It's Chriso. Right, I've left this shower floor or bathroom floor. I've left the screed for 2 days. I'm back this morning and I'm about to start waterproofing. So I give it a good scrape just to get the loose parts off. And tidy up around the edge. And my home and home. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking off the little sort of knobbles that have been left just from running my wooden float over it. Tidying up the edge. I've got to put a piece of cement sheet in there yet, so I'll just cut a thin strip, bang it in, pop it in up there, and we're laughing. So I go right around the edge. Get any loose stuff. See the design of this floor. I've got the bath coming out a little bit before that line, so about there where my trowel is. That floor is slightly sloping by 4.5 mil. It's going to be an open shower, so a screen here, and that's all going to be open, so splash when you're washing your hair off your elbow and that sort of thing. It'll go in the bath and it'll also go on the floor down here, so I've got 4.5 mil fall, so I don't have any water sitting in that corner, and it'll drain into my linear drain or strip drain, whatever you like to call it. See how I always slope my sides? I like it better than a strip of aluminium. And it's the same equal distance. So when I start tiling this, I'll show you when I do, but I'll always be starting the center of my shower. They're 6x3 tiles I'm going to be laying, so I'll run them this way lengthways. If I went the length of the bathroom, I'd end up with too many small bits. So I go halfway, which is sort of roughly there, 300 out to there, so then my next tile will be there. So it'll be a cut there and another, yeah, be a couple of cuts in that same tile, same this side, but it's all even. My fall starts from the wall there. A waste has ended up in the shower, but it's better than, there was a shower waste there which we could have had there, but and it could have been moved to the middle of the floor there, but hey, it was here already. That can't really be moved, so that's it. That one's been done away with, because you don't want to be standing on a waste all the time. The owner's been working out his mirror where the mirror goes, all that jazz is written on the wall. Once I waterproof all that, I've made sure there's timber in here for him so he can hang his vanity. So it'll be brilliant. Basins going there. Okay, so that's the mixer. Yeah, he's got it all drawn out on the wall, which is cool. He knows exactly what's going where. No other stuff is drawn on the wall. No, that's all good. All right, I'll carry on scraping. That's going to be a nice flat slope, or with a slope down to the strip drain. Beautiful. Now that, you see, that's the bagged mud, and I absolute swear by it. The bed that I took up, it would have been just tossed on the floor once and banged in. That's why there's crumbly bits. In my past video I was showing you crumbly bits of the floor where it wasn't mixed properly. You never get that with this, because I've mixed it with a mixer, glue mixer, and you'd need a full-on kick-ass jackhammer to pull this up, I'll tell you. Then a good glue stuck to this, to the waterproof, you're home and hose. You're laughing all the way to the bank. Alright people, I'll see you when my next stage will be running the bond breaker and starting to waterproof. Oh yeah, I'll do the bond breaker and then I'll put a sealer on the walls. See ya, bye. Step 2 to waterproofing my bathroom. I've taken that down. It was too high for the floor waste. There, I've got to put a puddle flange in there yet. I first of all go around and put my bond breaker silicone or polyurethane. This is polyurethane that I'm using. I go around first and then I'll be priming all my walls. The reason why I'm doing this first is because I won't have to wait for my sealer to dry. If I do this first and then I put on my sealer or primer over the walls, it's for dust. Any dust on the sheets, and there's always dust on the sheets, people. You know, you can see my hand, it's white. In the manufacturing of cement sheet, there's always dust on them. So if you see any tiler gluing tiles to a fresh wall like that, well, he needs his head read. That's as simple as that, because you can't stick to dust. Doesn't matter what glue you use. You can't stick to dust, people. So I'm putting in my bond breaker, polyurethane, like so, and I go right around doing that. And then I'll go up all my internals and my joins and that sort of thing. Next, in the next step, I never used to be a fan of this waterproofing over my screed, but I do agree that it's the way to go because it gives you pre-slope. The only against I have is that if you ever have to replace a tile, you can damage your waterproof. So you just got to be careful not to damage it too much. I need some gloves and change my sausage. Your sausage. I've swept all this out nicely. Some people like to vacuum it. Oh, so much for that rubber glove. Some people like to vacuum it, but a real good sweep, I reckon, is sufficient. But hey, vacuum it if you want. If you've got a vacuum handy, do it. Okay, we're good to go. I just want to give that a little bit of a curve. Get it a little bit closer to the wall because it can stuff up your tile if it's sticking out too far. It's not good for your wall or floor tile. So you just bring out your trusty, my glove's worn out. You bring out your trusty hand tool. I'll put on another glove. These gloves are so handy, I tell you. What have I got? A little bit left. Let's just run it up here. Good one. Always have a bucket handy for your rubbish. Just take off where your little metal thingy doodle is at the end of the sausage. Like so. I always used to cut a bit extra off my sausage and wonder why I could never get this undone. because it would squash up over my thread and dry. I could never open it. Big mistake. All you do is you just take off that little metal gizmo and you're laughing. What I'm going to be doing here tomorrow morning is putting in some 7mm, same as there. I'll be running a water stop across there, so that will be the wet area shower, and up here will be dry. I'll be running a piece of aluminium 7mm high, which is covered by the tile, because my tile is 10mm plus a couple of mil of glue, so that's 11mm. I'll be having a 7mm piece of aluminium there and across there. No water will ever escape. Out the door. There's other people in the house at the moment, and it's an office. Bedrooms are an office, so there's people talking into the computer and all sorts. So yeah, this is it's a family home, but a lot of people work from home these days. Look at that, beautiful. Just make a nice bead, people. Flatten that out. I'm wrapping my tile around that jam. I'll show you in a few more episodes. Just squash that down so I can get a nice flat seal with my aluminium tomorrow on the waterproof. Run up there. Oh, beautiful. Lovely bubbly. Okay, next step. Oh, I've forgotten something. I need to go out to the van. I'll see you soon. Ciao.